welcome to another podcast of Dead Air. We weren't here last week. Hello, Redban. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, buddy? How was everything?
Back east was fine. My sister, as you know, passed away just about the time we were finishing Dead Air number 30.
Yeah.
I saw that on Facebook. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So there she is.
Aww.
And she was something else. She was an angel. So that was a particularly hard one. Anybody who loses a sibling, sometimes it's. But she had time to plan, and she arranged everything. She even told us what kind of clothes to wear, and she dotted the I's. She had it all. She had time to do that, so that's something else.
That's pretty rare.
Yeah. So welcome back.
Thank
Mariah.
you.
Drew Carey's going to come back because
That's my name.
Redban and I and the producers, we thought that you weren't given quite enough time last time. We only scratched the surface of who you are and what you do, and I thought that it would be good to bring you back and give you some more time. And you were nice to bring back a friend of yours.
Thank you. Tien.
Tien?
I'm Tien.
Tien.
Thanks,
Wow.
guys.
Can you spell that for the audience? Tien? That's a
it
very...
won't help, but it's Tien. So
It looks like Tien.
Like there's like an H in there. Like, yeah. So I always say like, hi, I'm Tien, like the end of a book.
The end of Tien.
Yeah.
So Tien, what do you don't mind? You've been sworn in already. You've been on the podcast. You
I
don't
never
mind?
swore anything.
Put your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand and swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth while you're on this podcast, Tien. Yes? No?
Sure.
Okay, we'll take that as a yes. Thank you.
I just lied about my name 2 seconds ago.
Right, you've never
So
sworn
is Tien, the end?
Mm-hmm.
Is where does that name originate from?
It's Vietnamese. Yeah.
Vietnamese.
It is.
Are you full breed? You know what I mean. You know, you got.
Full breed.
You know, do you have any mixed blood or something, or are you full breed?
To my knowledge, I am fully 100% Vietnamese.
Wow,
To my knowledge.
So both your parents were the same, the same people.
Yeah. They weirdly met in Indiana though.
You know
so
how
like-
rare that is with all the Asian nighttime businesses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm glad I brought you.
I think
Oh
that,
yeah.
you know,
I mean,
military people overseas.
It's crazy.
you know,
I have a brother-in-law who's in the military and is a redhead, so
Wow.
I get it.
Wait, you said you're
Oh.
from Indiana? I didn't
I'm
even know
from-
that
I'm from
Indiana had
Indiana.
Asians.
Exactly. It's so true. I didn't know either.
And you guys have nice outfits on today.
We
you
tried
know,
to
it's
match.
kind of hot.
They're like
It's-
twinsies.
I had a top cleavage, she had top cleavage.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Wow.
He had to put on glasses.
Yeah, it's about 85 degrees here in beautiful Burbank today. 0% of rain or any precipitation. The wind is out of the south at 10 to 15 miles an hour.
Okay.
The sunset will be at 8:06 p.m. And the moon tonight is a waning crescent moon. For you moon, I like the moon because it doesn't
the moon.
burn the skin. You're very light skinned. You probably burn up.
I'm
You don't-
Italian. I tan very easily, actually.
Oh, you do?
Thank yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
And I know you have no business worrying about tanning.
Tans.
I do just tan.
She tans
yeah.
more than I tan. Yeah.
I don't think we've had a Vietnamese on the
Really?
podcast before.
Oh.
What kind of religion do you think you are? Do you think
What
you
kind
want
of religion do you think I am?
Buddhist, perhaps?
I wish.
I don't know. We just like
Buddhist-
to. We had a
Buddhist is
Jehovah
like-
Witness on here one time, and he
Oh.
denied it for 20 minutes, and then he said he didn't know whether he was in or not. You know, he didn't know whether he was in it or out of it. It was. I always wanted to ask him. You know, Redban and I looked at each other and said, you know, I mean,
feel like it's designed that way.
he didn't know whether he wanted to knock on the door or ring the bell. It was just.
Last time I was here, he was still talking about this Jehovah Witness thing.
Oh.
Yeah, I couldn't get over it. If I had known,
Been on this room.
I tell you, ladies, if I had known he was a Jehovah Witness, he wouldn't have been booked on this podcast
Oh, wow.
because nobody likes them. They knock on the door. They don't give blood.
I'm
They
a
don't
Jehovah's
celebrate-
Witness.
they don't
I'm a Jehovah's
celebrate any
Witness.
holiday.
You are?
Yeah. Do you not like
What?
me?
Wow. No, I love Jehovah's Witnesses. I've always have. You know, I leave my door open so they can just walk right in. If I know they're coming, they get dressed up nice. You know they're the Jehovah's Witnesses walking down the street in 90-degree weather with ties and dresses and looks like a. So you Buddhist, are you?
So I wish. I was actually born and raised Catholic. So those are like the biggest religions in Vietnam. It's Buddhist or Catholic.
Right.
And my dad was Buddhist, and then my mom was raised Catholic. And in order to marry my mom, he had to become Catholic. Because my grandma was like, "No, you're not marrying a Buddhist."
So you received the body of Christ.
Yes.
On a regular basis, which is good.
I had, yes.
Catholic is being a Catholic is the best. You can whore all weekend long and drink and shoot
It's
drugs.
so true.
You go to church, you say I'm sorry, and they
all
know
good.
you're gonna
All good.
you're gonna have these kind of
That's what
behavior
she
problems.
does all the
It is.
time. You just
And
that's her.
And you're sporting some tattoos. That's nice.
I am. I'm the only one in my family that has them, though, except for my dad. Who,
Brothers, I don't think we're going to get to items of interest. This is more interesting than items of interest, but we do have to get to items of interest at some point. What is the one right here below the? That's a
This
unique one. Is that a symbol of some kind?
It's an icosahedron.
A what?
Icosahedron. Okay, so it's like one of the 5 platonic solids, and it's like the stand-in for like water. So like different elements. So there's like fire, water, earth.
Why water?
Okay, actually, it was a Valentine's Day matching tattoo that I got with my friend, and we didn't know what it was when we got it. We just thought it looked cool, and then we found out what it was afterwards. But we're both artists, so we're like, oh, that's cool, because it's like the most creative, emotionally fluid one.
It's probably got a lot to do with feng shui too. Feng shui. You know,
Feng shui.
feng shui.
It is kind of feng shui though, because it's like
Yeah.
perfectly between her
window.
boobs.
That's
Like,
what I
if it were
thought.
Off-centered, I think.
Yeah.
When I got this tattoo, I had a dress on that was similar to this that had an opening like right here because I was like, I don't know where to get it. Like my friend got it on his arm,
Right.
but then I was like, oh, this is a perfect spot because it was just open. And
Yeah.
so then
If that was on me, you'd never see it.
That's
It's
can you see that red
become
band? That's a pretty cool tattoo.
Why don't you give a zoom in on hers too on this one?
He's
He's really good at zooming.
If I was
in
going to
real
get a tattoo,
close.
I'd get a tattoo that symbolizes something like that.
Yeah,
Not
well,
like, oh, I love my mom, you know, or a battleship, you know. You hear about that battleship that's on fire in San Diego?
what?
Let it burn. You know, that's a $700 million ship, you know. Oh, my God. Talk about an expensive boat.
I guess
didn't
it's
hear
going to
about
burn
that.
for. Is it still burning? Because they said
Yeah.
it might take like weeks to take out.
Yeah. It's a bad fire. So when did you come to America?
Oh, I was born here. I was born in Indiana. I've only been back to Vietnam twice in my life.
So you're a rice head redneck, maybe.
That sounds accurate. No, just kidding.
You know, that's farm country. That's corn country.
It is. Everyone's like, oh, I've never been to Indiana. What's it like? And I'm like, it's pretty boring. And you're just surrounded by cornfields and soybean fields.
I went to Indiana once, and the family that I was visiting, they had train tracks. I think I brought this up because it's the best thing that's ever happened to me in my whole life. The train track was right behind the house.
That's how I grew up.
And that train went by like 60, 70 miles an hour, man. It was great. I'd love to live in a house like that because I love trains, you know.
Oh, okay.
I think trains are pretty cool.
They're pretty
They're
cool.
cool. Yeah, trains are cool.
They're fine.
Yeah.
And how have you been, Mariah? How have you been since the last time we saw you? Yeah, I can't speak too well. I just want to let you know. Redban's got me going to Rosaretta writing and speaking classes.
I've been good. Yeah, I've been good. I've been okay.
And you're in Thai town or Filipino town? Which is the one?
I'm in Silver Lake area, kind of.
Oh, you
I'm
don't-
thinking about all the people that are going to stalk me after this. I'm moving myself over one area.
Oh, okay.
I'm in Silver Lake.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
Everyone knows I'm still in
We're in
Indiana.
Silver. She's in Indiana still.
I like,
I'm over there.
I like bonsai trees, and I go crazy. These people, they show their bonsai trees, and they don't tell you where they're from. Tell me where this tree lives. Tell me what the climate is that you're growing this tree. It's like a big secret, you know? So both your parents are still with us?
Yes.
How many brothers and sisters?
I have 3 sisters. 4 girls.
Wow.
Yeah, it's wild time.
And I guess you're the Maryland of the group. You know, the monsters. Remember the monsters?
That's very nice. I think.
Remember the monsters? Marilyn is very beautiful like you, and they used to think that Marilyn was unattractive. It's a compliment.
I wasn't sure if he was calling all your other sisters ugly or like.
I wasn't sure what he was trying to say either. But
No, on this television show, The Monsters, they used to call Marilyn. She was the normal-looking one. They used to.
So yeah, he's calling the rest
It's a
of your family
compliment.
ugly, but he's calling you pretty.
okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So what made you? How long have you known Mariah?
This is our 4th time hanging out.
Ever.
Yeah.
We were internet friends before.
Back
Social media friends, huh?
Yes.
Well, I met a guy on Tinder a couple years ago, and we became friends, like platonic friends. And then he dated her later, and then I got to meet her, and she became my friend.
Yes.
All because I became friends with a dude on Tinder.
And now we're best friends.
Now we're best friends, and he's just kind of like there, yeah.
I mean, he's still my boyfriend.
Like he's her boyfriend, but he's just like there.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow, he's lucky, huh? Everybody would want to walk in his shoes, as in your significant other's shoes as well. I could tell you that. So your occupation, perhaps?
I guess I was a hairstylist, but all the salons closed.
Yeah, I
again.
got mine closed
So
yesterday.
there's that.
I got them closed. I got mine yesterday before they're going to start closing again.
There's a couple of salons here in Burbank that are fighting, and they're saying, no, we're not going to close. They're going to break the law. And just stay
We're
open.
not gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. Well, go get a respirator around your face, you stupid ass.
They're gonna lose. I think you lose your license for a crazy amount of time if you ignore the law. Actually,
It's just like not worth it.
yeah, it's pretty stupid.
Totally stupid.
Yeah,
Are you big fans of Kill Tony?
she doesn't know what any of this is
Right.
at all.
Well, you better get on board. Huh?
I just brought her.
Boyfriend of yours has got you hiding under a rock, huh? I like the way that top just kind of covers up the top and lets us see just the bottom area of the breast area.
Look, he's over my boobs. He's onto your boobs.
Very different.
Whatever.
I want to be fair to both guests, you know.
We appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. We want equal attention to our boobs.
Love the attention.
Yeah, it's good.
Speaking of religion, today in history, in 1834, they finally stopped the Spanish Inquisition.
Oh.
And I think that was if you didn't convert to Catholic,
Yeah.
they killed
They
you.
just murdered you.
So
Yeah.
people think they have it hard today. Oh, I got a parking ticket. You know.
I have to wear a mask.
So that they stand, and it lasted 356 years of giving people a hard time.
Wow.
And also today, big day. This is for everybody listening. This is in 2006. Twitter was launched.
I remember that actually.
Me too.
Only 2000.
I was like one of the first people that I knew to join Twitter.
Wow. Are you still on it?
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, heck yeah. Oh yeah, there's Marilyn. There's Marilyn.
Yeah.
She's cute.
Yeah,
like
she was
her.
the
She was
yes.
the normal looking one, huh?
Yeah, and she was a virgin the whole time she filmed that. I
wow.
heard, but that's probably a rumor. There are no virgins in Hollywood. Everybody knows that. So Twitter has 4,900 workers, or give or take a few, and they have 35 offices worldwide, and their headquarters are in Market Street in San Francisco. Oh. So they're doing real well. And
That's cool.
today's July 15th, 2020, and we're still having
I didn't know.
we're still having battles with people who don't want to wear their masks.
Tax day.
It's like if
It's
if
tax day.
Tax day.
right, the extended tax deadline is today. It's like if you by accident, you're an artist, by accident you drove a nail into your hand.
Uh-huh.
These people don't want to wear masks. It's like, well, the nail's not too deep, or I can always use my other hand.
Right.
That nail looks good sticking out of my hand. It's not bleeding that much. I like this nail. It's a good, you know what I mean? Just wear your mask and stop. You know, I got people wearing masks. I see them on. It's so disappointing when you know people and you respect them and they're nice people and they're funny people, and you know I send postcards to these people, and then you see them on the social media and they got a mask on and it says bullshit and it says communism.
Is that a bad thing?
It's
Well, it's like people who say Black Lives Matter, and then they say, well, what about the other? What about the black on black crime? You know, they just don't want to let things be what they are. Right. They want to distract, and that's about them.
a lot of pivoting.
Yeah, pivoting because of their own fear, insecurity, and their own ignoramus. They're ignoramuses.
I saw that photo yesterday, actually. Yeah.
They're walking assholes. They should all be shitting out of their face. I mean,
or something?
I would love that if every non-mask wearer started shitting out of their faces.
you know, they're just
1918.
unbelievable.
1918, yeah.
So I brought the. I don't know if we'll get to this. I have a great letter that I don't know if we'll get to this from the letter book.
I remember you didn't do it last time, and he was like happy you didn't do it last time. That's all I remember of that.
Actually, this is Redban's favorite part of the show.
Okay. I want to get to it this time. I have curiosity.
And I brought a letter. If we get to the letter, there's always so much to do. And before you know it, it's 2 hours, and we got to stop.
Love letters.
So you have a nice family, huh? Yeah, all girls. Your parents had all. You got that
All
crazy.
girls.
Get that crazy gene.
Yes, I
Wow.
guess so. Got like one grandson, I guess. Like,
And where do you live? In Los Angeles, someplace?
She lives near me.
yeah, we actually live really close.
We live a mile apart from each other.
And so when did you move from Indiana to Southern California?
I moved in March, right as everything shut down.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was cool.
Just this last March?
Just like months ago.
Wow, a
Months
transplant.
ago. I know.
And where'd you get the boyfriend so quick? Where did the boyfriend?
Okay,
Did he
so
come from you
actually,
from Indiana?
I was in Denver beforehand, and then his family's in Colorado Springs, and we randomly met in Denver like one time, and he actually lived in San Francisco, and I was like, cool, I'm never gonna see you again. Like this was fun.
She was
like-
also a lesbian. At
You
the
like,
time.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Like, she also didn't even date, dude.
literally
You like
had
dating
dates.
gay guys? You like guys that smuggle things in their ass?
That's my type, yeah.
Who doesn't have that type?
Yeah, I don't know. So we met the one time, and then I actually had a trip to go out to San Francisco with my roommate a few weeks after we met, and I didn't think that we would meet again. And I was like, wait, and we're still like following each other on social media. And he was like on a train back to San Francisco, and I'm like, wait, why are you going to San Francisco? He's like, I live there. I'm like, I'm gonna be there in 3 days. And then I ended up spending my whole trip with him. And then I all went downhill from there. And then it was like Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, and he was like going back home to see his family, and I was in Denver as well. And I met his family on Thanksgiving. It was crazy.
So you guys
and we
just-
met on like Halloween.
So you guys just hit it off, I
Just,
guess.
and then we
The
were like,
world just like put them
it was so
together.
crazy. And then we're like, okay. And I already wanted to move to California, but I was thinking about San Francisco. But he was wanting to move to LA. And then we both were like, ooh, LA's more our vibe. And I was like, let's do it. And we decided like.
And then COVID happened right
And then
as they
COVID
came.
happened. We're like, oh.
Is he
no.
Oriental too? Is he?
No,
he's a white guy.
he's
Italian.
yeah, which is still white, but he's Sicilian like me. We're both.
Sicilian.
Him and I call each other cousins.
yeah.
So that's a pretty hot number there. Vietnamese and a Sicilian.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Which is what
He has
we'd
a
be
nice,
if we were
he has
together
a nice big
too.
nose.
I don't remember his nose at all.
About it, how I think
Oh, I
it's so
forgot to
cute.
tell you
I
the
don't know.
Is it an
temperature.
Italian nose?
No, I forgot to tell you the hottest place on earth today is this studio right now. But no, it's 122 degrees in Pakistan today. And the coldest place on earth today is in Antarctica. And it says 90 degrees below
Negative.
zero.
Wow.
Is that possible? I think that they get summer. When we get summer, they get. I guess their hottest
That's wild.
winter.
The coldest?
With I
Oh,
think
it's like the
New
opposite.
Zealand, Australia is the same way. I think it's the opposite of what's going on here. So I forgot to mention that, and I'm terribly sorry. I know I'm going to get a lot of letters and calls because I left out information. I thought I'd read this. This is pretty good. This is a real item of interest. If laughter is the best medicine, the timing couldn't be better for a dose of comedy with a visit to the National Comedy Center in Jamestown, New York, based on a vision by famed comedian and Jamestown native Lucille Ball. The museum celebrates the story of comedy in America, from Harpo Marx' iconic trench coat to the puffy shirt from Seinfeld. Exhibits celebrate the great minds and unique voices of artists like Charlie Chaplin and Dave Chappelle. Even the most cynical person agrees that comedy and the resulting laughter releases tension. Come on, girls, take your tops off. No.
They'll get used to it. It's fine.
Executive Director John I'm playing to a segment of my audience.
He's playing to his audience. That's all.
My sisters love when I talk
Yeah.
like this. They really do.
Yeah.
Even the most cynical person agrees that comedy and the resulting laughter releases tension. Executive director, so and so and so and so. That is why comedy is so vital every single day of our lives, especially now. Although the museum might currently be closed, you can visit virtually via National Comedy Center anywhere. Non-members pay $19.50 for 6 months of online access, plus a ticket to the center when it reopens. Obviously, this past year was a tough time for all of us, and we plan to be a big part of everyone's recovery. Adult admission, $25.50. ComedyCenter.org. So I thought I'd bring that up.
It was a great item of interest.
Isn't that something? No, I didn't know there was a National Comedy Center.
Yeah, that's weird.
That was my thought.
I got this out of the, I think it was the AAA magazine. Yeah. So, AAA is my insurance company because I don't want to pay for insurance when to a duck or a umu the newest. Yeah.
Oh.
These insurance companies have like with children, they have animals and geckos and ducks
and we hate that.
Well, I think it's like, come on, grow up.
We are anti-little animal as an icon.
It is kind of weird that insurance companies in particular are grasping onto the idea of having a animal mascot. Like all of them.
They're just trying to, it's just another way to just dumb down the country. I mean, it's like, stupid people are winning. Who would want to write a check for insurance to Umu? Umu is the newest one. Liberty National, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's just bullshit. I'm an adult. I'm paying.
Geico's been really great to me, so I'm just going to put that out.
Oh, Geico?
They've been so
Have you
good to
saved a
me.
bunch of money with Geico?
One time my car caught fire, and then they gave me more for my car than my car was totaled. During the LA fires, an ember flew through the wind, and it landed on a dumpster that spread to my car. Then my car was on fire. And my neighbor told me that your car's on fire. And I went outside. I was like, what do I even do? And
Car's on fire, pants on fire.
Yeah, all of it. Everything.
And you thought it was a
on
joke,
fire. And then they gave me more than I was gonna sell that car for that year. So Geico had my had my back, and then I got a better car.
I bet they did.
I benefited from the LA fires.
So that's good. So you did good then.
I did really good. Yeah, the world had my back.
Here's another interesting item from the AAA magazine. My condo has a master insurance policy for the entire complex. Do I still need a separate condo insurance policy? The quick answer is yes. The master policy typically insures the building, while the homeowner is responsible for his or her unit, including such things as furnishings and flooring. So get details on your homeowner association's policy, including the deductible amount. Then talk with your insurance agent to determine proper coverage. You got apartment insurance? You living with this guy, are you?
I am. We got renter's insurance.
Wow.
It's fine. I'm like, I don't even have enough things for it to be worth it, to be honest. I'm like, do I have $30,000 worth of belongings? Probably not.
I have so much bullshit. I need renter's insurance.
You don't have it?
Oh, you have renter's insurance.
I do. I have so much crap. I need it.
Yeah.
Here's 4 things you may not know about renter's insurance. I don't know if I want to get into this.
Are you sure? Because
you can get a replacement cost endorsement on your policy. It can help with unexpected expenses. Liability coverage is usually included too, in case somebody falls in your apartment and hits their head on a.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I do have stairs.
Yeah, affordable. It's only about $150 a year.
It's not bad. Yeah.
I've never used it though. I've had it my whole life. I've never had to use renter's insurance.
Yeah, I've never had to use, but that's good. That's a good thing
that
for
is a
us
good
that we've
thing.
never had to. Yeah, no one's died in my
What
apartment.
company are you doing that with?
I do State Farm.
Yeah.
But it's kind of bullshit. Like my mom, when I was engaged and then we broke up, I gave my wedding ring to my mom because I was like, you know what? I don't trust myself. I'll lose it or I'll somebody steal it from my house. So I gave it to my mom. Of course, 2 years later, her house gets broken into and somebody steals it.
Oh no.
And they gave I think the ring was say $10,000. I think we got like $800 for it. Like it's
What?
like the renter's insurance shit. I think it's almost probably a scam.
I had a lot of friends.
That's
who
so
used-
sad.
I had a lot of friends who used to do that. They'd get a Rolex and then they'd pretend it was stolen and get the 10 grand.
Those were your friends? You had a lot of those friends?
Another guy, God rest his soul, Scotty Richardson, had his house ripped off while he was in Hawaii when I was working for the airline. And I went over and his mother was there. And it was so suspicious. So I said, did your mother break into your house and steal your shit just so you can get an insurance claim?
My mom's house was robbed once when I was younger.
You think it was an inside job?
No, we were
Has your
in
mother ever been arrested?
No. 2 people just like broke in and stole everything. I don't know. Yeah, I was like pretty young. And then they did that in our bathtub after.
This is the only one I'll read from here because it's kind of long, but this might shed some light on it. Without it, you can get a replacement cost endorsement on your policy, and what that means is without an endorsement, your personal property may be covered only up to its actual cash value, which means the lower value amount based on its age and its condition. I left out a word I was going to butcher. I just said I'm not going to start butchering words. It's kind of early in the podcast to start butchering words. You got a beautiful voice. Your language just flows out of those white teeth,
You're
past
kidding.
your tongue,
Wow, that's so nice.
past those beautiful lips. No, really, you've got good.
Last time he complimented my neck, and people still DM me about it. They're like, "You got a great thin neck."
No, we had a guy.
like,
we had a guy,
thanks.
Joey Gaynor, on last time. This 2 weeks ago. This Joey Gaynor, and he threw me off. I just couldn't handle his cadence. Great guy, love him and all, but I couldn't handle his cadence. It's like when you talk to people, you want to be able to talk to people. His cadence was choppy. It was drug-like. These
are all compliments.
Okay.
He likes
thanks.
talking to us.
yeah. No coaching.
No.
Oh, okay.
Good.
What?
He's not having a coach.
So it says, say for instance,
Cool.
thieves break into your apartment and they steal your 5-year-old television. Rather than giving you the amount a used TV would have sold for on the open market, a replacement cost endorsement would provide enough to replace it with a new one of similar style and size. So Redban, you should look into this replacement cost endorsement.
Yeah.
Because when you get an insurance, when you get an insurance policy, who reads it? It's like the iPhone book you get. It's this thick.
Nobody reads it.
Nobody reads an iPhone book.
There's an iPhone.
You just
that little
agree.
square book that comes in the iPhone box.
You look at the other stuff in the box.
Yeah.
This is the item of interest.
Oh, it's that thing that's over the headphones, like in the plug.
Oh yeah, that comes
I
with the
think
sticker.
it's like in between.
Yeah, I never. I hate reading
So
instructions.
this is gentleman's your fiance, is he?
No.
No.
Oh, you're not a fiance yet, right?
Not.
Not
No.
yet, yeah.
He's gonna like you. I'm married, so he's probably like,
Oh.
you're not married?
I'm technically
Same.
single.
No, she's.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
No,
I'm not single.
You're living with a guy, Yeah. Let's start the items of interest and see how many we can get before Redban hits the mic, and then I'll have to go. This is about a gentleman. When Argentina canceled inbound flights in mid-March, Juan Belsto resolved to get himself home from Portugal to his family some other way. So he's 47 years old, who has been sailing since he was 3 years old, loaded up his 29-foot sailboat with provisions and set out from the Portuguese island of Porto Santo. He spent 85 days at sea battling waves and was denied entry to a port where he planned to restock. On June 17th, he finally arrived in Mel del Plate in time to celebrate Father's Day with his 90-year-old father, completing the journey. Gave me the taste of a mission accomplished. Wow, that's a nice story, huh? He
That
really
is
wanted to
a
get
That
home.
was a really nice story.
85 days.
And it reminds me of that poor woman, the actress from Glee, who
my
drowned in the lake.
We were just talking about
It's called
that.
a life
Sorry about
preserver.
that.
It's called. People don't realize how dangerous water is.
Yeah, but I
Yes.
think people have a misconception that lakes are very still, because I had that misconception.
If you-
Yeah.
But
I didn't know they had undercurrents in lakes.
if you can't touch the ground and
Yeah.
you're head above water,
You-
you're in a dangerous situation.
I mean,
And
that could be in a pool, though.
Exactly.
Like,
Well, you can drown in a
People
glass of
drown
water.
in
I had a
the
friend who drowned in a glass of ice water at a picnic in
What?
Valley New Jersey.
Went from good news to sad news
nice
real quick.
Yeah, I don't know why she didn't have a life preserver on. I had a kayak.
And I guess that lake is just, it's a man-made lake. So underneath it, there's just tons of trees and branches and stuff. So.
Which Holtzman loves. Fuck
No,
yeah.
it's a sad story. At least she was able to save her son.
Definitely.
And those platoon boats are pretty high out of the water, too. I don't know if there was a ladder available. I think they told her don't go swimming.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I know I probably would have been stupid and swam. Yeah.
Without a life preserver?
Yeah, I'm impulsive and dumb. I'm pretty sure I would have done it.
Gotta be
So I'm
careful.
not judging her for I just mean I'm not judging her for not wearing a life jacket.
Okay.
I
This-
brought floaters.
Yeah, I was going to mention that, but I don't.
I
I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to go there, Mariah.
You do all the time.
This is a real interesting one. The Houston Association of Realtors has retired the terms master bedroom
Oh, yeah.
and master bathroom
No, but
because of
this-
the potentially.
This is hilarious to me. They've retired master bedroom, but they still sell plantation-style homes. That's the most absurd thing I heard last week.
That's hilarious.
Yikes.
They can sell plantation-style homes, but they can't have a master bedroom anymore. And it's I don't...
That's next.
That's absurd.
Hopefully.
If I knew you were
Yeah.
Vietnamese, I would have brought some noodles or some rice. I had
I was gonna say,
Bobby Lee.
I hope you
Rice
found the
roll.
one time that you were willing
We
to
were
come
going to have
down
Bobby
here.
Lee on here, but he had a previous engagement. I had some
I like
noodles.
Bobby Lee.
Yeah, he's great. He's on another television show now, a game show of some kind.
Oh, yeah.
He's funny.
And so because of the potentially slavery connotations, the terms primary bedroom and primary bathroom will be used instead. The consensus said the association was that primary describes the rooms equally as well as master, while avoiding any possible misconceptions. Well, the master is the master of the house. Hi, honey, I'm home. I had a hard day.
Do you just make the master the husband? Just like that.
Well, that. Yeah, I guess I'm a little.
Why wasn't it the woman that came home that
Yeah.
was the master of the
Right,
bedroom?
you're right. I
We
stand
might be masters
corrected.
of our bedroom.
Hi, honey, I'm home.
Very true.
Hi, honey, I'm home, and I had a hard day.
Thank you. I feel
How we
better
sound.
now.
Wow.
With a public call from NASA to the nation's community of makers, garage tinkerers, and citizen scientists, they want help to develop a zero-gravity toilet that can handle simultaneously urination and defecation, including 500 grams of diarrhea per event. Wow. Wow. They need someone that, these astronauts, they get up there, maybe they had some fast food before they blasted off, and they got a load of shit in their pants, and they need to get rid of it, and they urinate and defecate, and what else did it say? And they want somebody to design a toilet that can take, especially women now, that women are going up there. I know women's restrooms are like somebody dropped a bomb. I've been in a women's restroom. Somebody actually.
Why?
Well, I had to go in. I had to go
Why?
in.
Why?
I had to go in, and I just had to see
To
what
change
was.
the memory
We're
card.
gonna get back to that later.
It's like a bomb goes. Look, there she is. She looks nice. That's a nice astronaut. Hey,
Great commentary.
She looks like, why did I sign up for this bullshit? I hope they get there what they're looking for. I can't help them. Former mayor of San Francisco, Willie Brown, who was celebrated in the death segment at the BET Awards telecast, Brown, 86, is still alive. They had him mixed up with another one. Unlike Willie Brown, Hall of Fame cornerback for the Oakland Raiders, the still living Brown said he hopes all my creditors take notice. Interesting. That's an item of interest, huh?
I would
Mariah?
love to be mistaken as dying because then you get to see people's reaction to your death while you're
yeah.
alive. Yeah.
That would be interesting.
That's like the ultimate fantasy for people, right? To see your funeral.
I think I saw Brody at 7-Eleven the other day. I think that's what his plan was, to watch his own celebration. Do-it-yourselfers in Michigan Library asked that people please stop microwaving books to try to kill the coronavirus.
that a thing?
Since it causes the books, metal radio frequency tags to catch fire.
Oh my god.
You know those tags that make you.
Yeah, the metal tags.
Oh.
Also, there's books that have like gold on them and stuff.
I have people.
Yeah,
I
that's
have
definitely.
people I send postcards to, and they put them in a. They get their mail, they put it in a plastic bag, and they don't touch it for 6 days.
Yeah.
I did that at first. Like, I'd get my mail and I'd kind of leave it there a couple days.
People microwaving the book, Redban.
Idiots.
Get a Kindle.
Let's get Lysol.
God,
Just get a Kindle.
it's just
Do it on
amazing.
your iPad.
Yeah.
It's like stupid, is
Or
it?
like, don't read for. Yeah, don't read. What are you doing?
Stupid is in today in America. I mean,
It's weird for readers how stupid they are, though.
Yeah,
Like,
you would think.
it's not what I thought.
this one is about Queen Elizabeth II, whose Balmoral estate is being used as an outdoor toilet by hikers while public facilities are closed by the pandemic. If you gotta go, you gotta go, state officials said, but please, bury feces in a shallow hole and replace the turf.
Are they leaving shovels out for people?
Yeah, how are you gonna bury it without a shovel?
I don't know.
I visualize cans.
So your parents are first generation, or when did they come to America?
During the war.
Vietnam, huh?
Vietnam, yeah. Their first generation here. They met in Indiana. And they found out that at the same refugee camp in Vietnam at the same time, but didn't know each other.
Wow.
I know, it's a very
I like.
sweet story.
So there must be a big Vietnamese community in Indiana.
I don't think there is.
No, it's pretty small. I mean, it was like 30 people.
Yeah.
Like, maybe.
What are some of the Orientals that you get confused with?
Asians.
Asian.
I'm sorry.
I'm not a rug.
I know. It's so.
That's what I'm telling you.
Like, just hit
So
me.
what's some of the Asians Asians that you get confused with?
People think I'm Hapa a lot.
Hapa?
Hapa.
Tell us what that
which
is.
Like, I think it's like basically being half Asian, like half Asian and like white or something, or like usually it's like half Japanese. I think that's why it's like Hapa. I don't really know.
Your eyes are better. The Japanese are very skinny. The Japanese eyes. God, it's the wonder they
Really?
can. Aren't her eyes a little bit larger? They're almost regular.
I think she is one of the most beautiful women I've ever been around.
Aw,
She really
you're
is.
So sweet.
I think we're gonna
Wow.
leave our men for each other at some point.
Oh, yeah. We've already decided
Yeah,
this.
we've already discussed it.
Yeah.
Really?
Seems like a great idea.
Yeah.
Right?
Sounds like a great
We
idea
live-
to me.
We're a future
The best
couple.
life.
We're just like not a couple right now.
Yeah.
So I'll get into it later, but I think it's great.
What are you gonna get into later?
No, I'm just getting,
Okay,
it's getting a little hot in here. That one
Oh,
that one I
wow, 100% hot.
that one I crossed out. This one I was going to read this about the Mississippi flag business, but I'm going to leave that out because everybody knows that's going on with the flag, and it's. This is about corruption. Listen to this one. This is out of Paris. Former French Prime Minister Francisco Fallon was found guilty this week by paying his wife, children, and an assistant some $1.1 million from official funds for work they never did. A French court slapped him with a 5-year prison term and 3 years suspended for his wife, as well as a fine of $423,000 and a 10-year ban on running for office. He should be banned from running for office forever. I don't know why it is that, people go to jail for stealing a tire,
Yeah.
holding up a 7-Eleven with a gun forever. 3 strikes, your whole life is over. Right. This guy, I don't know why they're not tougher on.
There should be a lot of people banned from being in office.
I'm telling you,
I'm just saying.
10-year ban. Then he can go back in office and try this kind of conduct again.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's not
Shit,
good.
they go so easy on white collar crime. I'm telling you. Mm-hmm. It's like put him in with the guys that are gonna fuck him in the ass. I'm
Yes.
sorry to say that,
Yes.
but
No, yeah.
put him in the guy that's gonna make him bleed.
Yes.
They go so easy on white collar crime. It's horrible.
Yeah. I want them to bleed from their butts.
Jeez, received a fine. The couple said they would appeal. Oh, they're going to appeal. He's a conservative.
Interesting.
Served under President Nicholas Kosowski from 2007 to 2012. The no-show jobs scheme was...
There's a lot of things that cause that. There's like anal fissures, hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
The no-show jobs scheme was exposed by the newspaper said the scandal upended
That's a hot name.
campaign for the presidency, clearing the way for current president. So he would have been the president of France if this didn't shake out. Hong Kong's got problems. Stay out of Hong Kong. No offense.
She was offended. Yeah.
No offense.
You could be Hong Kong. You could be Hong Kongese. Hong Kongese.
I've only been there once.
I'm gonna buy you dinner after this.
Okay.
It's gonna be fine. Like, I'm gonna.
Oh no.
Maybe for the next week, I'll buy you dinner.
I'm very, very nice, Mariah.
You know, I love you. Right? Do you know that? Well, now you know.
You want to tell them what I sent? You said you wanted to know if it was okay to bring the end, and
He calls you the end
That's
now.
cute. I like that.
and you wanted to know if you would bring her, but you would come if she didn't come. And what was my response to that text? Do you remember?
Oh, I sent it to her. It was just, well, he only talks in caps, so you can't like go off that. But it was just like, bring that bitch in all caps.
Bring the bitch.
Yeah, he said,
I'm
bring
there.
the bitch.
Cool.
Yeah, and I sent that to
And
her.
that's a compliment too.
I told her that. I was
A lot
like,
of people
this is
take that as like you calling me a bitch. You know,
Well-
it's just not what you think it is.
right.
That's why your husbands
Yeah.
and your boyfriends should
They
just
call us
Oh,
bitch
yeah.
all the time.
No, literally,
Yeah.
my boyfriend posted a Valentine's Day post where he like finally posted me on his grid on Instagram, and it was like "Happy V-Day to my bottom bitch."
yeah.
And I was like, "Oh my god, that's so sweet."
Are
Like,
you a bottom? We can go into this later. What was the next news thing? But no, the news is so much
bottom
more
bitch just means
interesting
it's like
than
it's
that.
like the main
we
bitch.
should-
Like that's what that means. It's like a
Right.
It's like a. I think it's like a trick term or something.
I had a girlfriend.
You wanna be
once,
his main?
and she got offended when I
Yeah.
called her bitch. So what you got to do is you got to sit them down in a straight
We're gonna
back
talk
chair,
later.
Okay.
and you got to just yell bitch at them until it wears off and they get used to it. You know, just you're a
I missed
bitch,
this
you're a
whole
bitch, you're a bitch,
story.
you're a bitch, and sooner or later they'll
This is a great film.
bottom bitch.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yo, man, you the bottom bitch.
Anyway, so Hong Kong's in trouble. They got new rules over there, and they got, it's like everything else. People think that, this is that. Okay, this is a real good one. Jimmy Kimmel said he wouldn't be bullied into silence after conservatives pounced on an ABC late-night comedy host for wearing blackface and using the N-word in skits in the 1990s and early 2000s. Fox News obtained audio of a 1996 radio gag in which Kimmel said the racial slur while rapping like Snoop Dogg. And video resurfaced of Kimmel wearing a dark makeup on his face and body while impersonating Oprah Winfrey and NBA star Karl Malone. As host of Comedy Central's The Man Show. That was a great show.
Yeah.
Kimmel apologized last week to those who were generally hurt or offended, but he pushed back at conservative critics such as Donald Trump Jr., saying they faked their outrage. When liberals get caught wearing blackface, it is frustrating, and these thoughtless moments have become a weapon used by some to diminish my criticism of social and other injustices. Porn legend Ron Jeremy pleaded not guilty last week to charges of raping 3 women between 2014 and 2019 and sexually assaulting a 4th woman in 2017. After Jeremy's arrest, Los Angeles authorities received 25 new complaints of sexual misconduct against
Did you
him.
say 25,000? Because that's what it should be.
I have a comment on this one.
Go ahead, hon.
I met him a year ago outside the bar that he raped these women.
The Rainbow?
I met him outside the Rainbow. And he hugged me. I was like, nice to meet you. And then he gave me a hug, and then he whispered in my ear, I prefer insertion, but this will do. And then,
Did
but
you
in
hear
my
that,
head,
Ray?
all right, but you know me, I'm not easily offended. In my head, I was like, whatever, he's a porn star. Like, I just kind of washed it off. But then later I saw the stories, and I was like, oh, shit. Like,
Ew.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a sex addict. They can't help it. They have to.
Well, okay, I think you can still not rape people, but yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. But I don't even know. I haven't read the newest details on it. I read it when it first came out because I was tripped out that I met him at the same bar.
Look at that! Look at that one person that's blurred. Who could that be? That's me.
What? It is.
I refuse to sign the contract.
That's hilarious.
Good
So
for you,
funny.
Redban.
They tricked me.
He's a rebel.
No, I'm also one of the people Chris D'Elia emailed a long time ago.
Oh.
I'm like one of the people of all these things, and I'm like, why am I connected to all these like weird stories? I was 21 though. I was not a minor, so I never talked about it because it wasn't illegal when he talked to me. But he
Right.
said very, very, very inappropriate things to me.
Let's read it. Read it.
What he said.
Wow, we're getting quite a show today, aren't we, Redban?
Well, I kind of wrote it off. I was like, maybe this guy's a sex addict, and I never.
How did he meet you or find out who you were? Because I mean, the fact that you got a direct message from Chris D'Elia just means that there must be billions.
It wasn't a DM, so I was 21 when it happened, and DMs didn't exist yet. He emailed me. He found me on Instagram. Oh, do we keep? All right. He found me on Instagram, and I knew of him at the time. This was like right before he blew up, when he was just like funny on Vine.
Right.
And I had a friend post a photo with him, and I was like, that guy's funny. And then he like commented his email on my photo, so I emailed him because I was working at Bloomingdale's and I was bored. All my coworkers were bored. We're like, let's like mess with this comedian. And then he was like, hey, and I was like, hey, and he was like, come to a comedy show someday. And I was like, sure, like, fine, sounds good. And he was like, how about like this next week? And I was like, all right, but I'm gonna bring a friend. And then he was like, okay, I'll bring a guy for her. And I was like, no, she has a boyfriend. I'm just bringing a friend, so I'm not alone meeting a stranger. And he was just like, but we're still gonna make out, right? And I was like,
God.
did we just started talking?
That whole thing, because I read a few that were like
The makeout is
the
a
makeout
very,
thing, and
that's
like,
how I knew they were. When I saw the stories come out, my heart froze because I was just like, these are the same things he said to me.
wow.
And then I like kind of ghosted him off, and I was like, hey, like I'm leaving town tomorrow, just so that he'd leave me alone. And he wasn't like prying. I was still talking to him, but like I kind of wanted to ghost, so we stopped talking. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to New York for 2 weeks tomorrow. And he said to me, don't have sex with anyone else until you meet me.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
how selfish.
It's so
sitting
weird
there-
that like you make out.
Right. And I was sitting there and I was just like, he just like told, I've never even met this person. And they told me what to do with my body. And it was very weird. But I never talked about it because I take it seriously, like getting people's careers canceled or anything. And technically I was old enough. And technically
Right.
he didn't do anything that should... At the time, it wasn't big enough to be like make a
Right.
story of it. But then seeing all this come out, it was like, I didn't know he was talking to minors. I had no idea. Again, I was 21. But he was definitely very dehumanizing to me.
It's
to say
very
the least.
weird.
Wow.
And you obviously never met him, right?
I never met up with him. After he said those things to me, I was just like, I'm done. He also wasn't even like that famous at the time, so I was like,
There's a fine line. I think what we're talking about is that fine line between funny or being friendly and then getting creepy.
yeah.
Is that what we're talking about,
Yes.
Mariah?
Right. For another example, I had David Spade slide into my DMs one time, and he was hilarious and nice as hell. He was so respectful, so nice, so funny, and then we didn't go out, and he was super nice the whole time we chatted for a minute. It was very different.
Right.
No, what Chris D'Elia did
Women
was very
pick up on
odd.
it right away. They can
Yeah.
tell when it goes to the creepy side. I've been accused of being creepy
Let's
a lot.
go into that.
What did,
Yeah,
what
what'd
did you
you
say to
do?
Chris D'Elia?
So Ron Jeremy received 25 new complaints, sexual misconduct against him, which prosecutors say could lead to additional charges. Jeremy, 67, jailed on $6.6 million bail, is accused of raping a 25-year-old woman at her West Hollywood home in 2014. And 3 women accused him of rape or sexual assault at the same West Hollywood bar. That's the Rainbow, probably. Whenever I go there, I see him too hanging around.
He's always hanging around there. That was his
It's
like.
creepy,
yeah.
you know. They should have arrested him just for being hard to look at. Nicknamed the Hedgehog, Jeremy was investigated for 2 years by the task force that also charged Harvey Weinstein and producer David Gollard. Katy Perry considered suicide after breaking up with actor Orlando Bloom
They broke up.
in 2017 and experienced
They're back together.
mediocre album sales. The pop singer said last week the album Witness hit #1 on the charts but received poor reviews. That letdown wasn't that huge, maybe from an outside perspective, but for me, it was like an earthquake. Semisecond, an earthquake, semisecond, the earthquake, the earthquake, the semisecond. I'm saying it wrong.
What are you saying?
You know, when an earthquake hits, it's semisecond. You know, I'll spell it. Oh my God.
Seismic?
Yeah. It's close. You got it.
I don't even know what that
She
is.
said it was SEISMIC.
Seismic.
Seismic. Yeah,
earthquake.
I didn't want.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm self-conscious with you beautiful girls here today. I'm self-conscious about acting like a retard here. Say it again, hon.
Seismic.
Seismic. Perry said in a radio interview, it literally broke me in half. She got back together with Bloom later that year, and the couple now engaged or expecting a child. So,
He's hot enough. I'd want to die if we split up. Yeah.
gratitude,
Really?
she
Pretty
said,
nice. No,
saved
I
my
don't know.
life, because if I didn't find that, I would
I didn't know
have
they were together.
wallowed in my own
Yeah, they're
sadness
like getting married.
and probably just
I don't like
jumped.
it either. I don't like it
I know.
either.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
okay.
I don't like it.
Katy
Seems
Perry
weird.
said she might have jumped if she didn't find this. Wow.
Wait, she might have jumped if she didn't find what?
Yeah, at the end it says she's gratitude. She said, saved my life, because if I didn't find that, I would have wallowed in my own sadness and probably just jumped.
Find like Orlando Bloom.
Oh, gratitude. I think she found.
Gratitude.
Found gratitude.
Interesting.
I'm never gonna. I'm gonna be careful what I say because I'm not gonna like judge people that are like trying to kill themselves.
Right.
So I'm gonna just stay out of this one.
This one, these are two. These usually I do one item of interest from this interest, but these ones are pretty good. I'll start with Seth Meyers. Is slowly getting used to broadcasting from his attic. Said so and so and so and so. The comedian has been hosting his late night show alone from his makeshift home studio since the start of the pandemic. Nailing the timing of jokes and the pace of patter is difficult when there's no live studio audience. That's how I'm performing at the Comedy Store. There's nobody there by the time I get up. You know, people have to go home.
I'm there with you in spirit.
And you go to bed early, do you?
No. What answer do you want from that? I don't know what you're looking for.
Well, you can come to the club and watch me in person.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Did you go to bed early?
Sometimes.
Yeah. How about
Sometimes
you?
I
What time do you
don't.
turn in?
Like 11 or midnight.
Yeah,
No.
Pretty
like that
normal.
time, yeah.
But I like the mornings.
You got any Vietnamese currency at home that you still have?
Uh,
Have you been to Vietnam?
Only twice. I actually went
Wow.
right before the pandemic hit.
Oh, that's right.
Actually, the first case.
She's been
happened
doing a
in
Corona
Ho Chi Minh.
tour.
A Corona
She's been
tour.
everywhere that COVID is when it's hitting the worst.
Correct.
Literally.
Like I was in Singapore when they were doing those
Do you mind if
temperature
I? Do you
check
mind if I
things.
take your temperature?
They don't ask. They just do it, and then they detain
This was
you
a while
if
ago,
something was
though.
happening.
Oh, I
This
see.
was a
It
few
was in
months ago.
January.
You know where I want to go in Vietnam?
Where?
Maybe you could bring it up, Redban. Tell Redban this famous, beautiful place, Ha Long Bay.
That's where we went. I have so many pics. It's beautiful. It's amazing.
Tell Redban how to spell it, perhaps.
HA and then LONG and then Bay, BAY. It's the
And-
most beautiful place ever.
I wanna see.
Look at it.
Yeah, that's where I'm
and
going.
We did a boat tour.
As soon as we can travel, Redban, that's where we're gonna tape a dead air
It
from
was-
Ha Long Bay.
I wanna
Like
go.
my favorite
Yeah.
place
Yeah.
in North
I've
Vietnam.
always wanted to go there.
Yeah,
I
it's
wanna
so
go.
Look at that.
so-
Look at
we were
that.
on a boat.
Oh my
Yeah, and we got
God!
to do that too.
Look at all those Asians. Look at that. Isn't that so
We
magical?
That's
were
awesome.
up there too.
Oh,
It
you
looks
were
like a
there?
Mario
I
Brothers
was
level.
literally there.
Yeah.
We
What-
did the hike up to that little gazebo.
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 When
yeah.
did you do that? That's great.
In January 26th of this year.
people
I went
just
for my birthday.
people just don't know what they're missing out by not traveling overseas.
Exactly.
They just don't know what's missing out.
good.
They wouldn't be so terribly angry and prejudiced, and they wouldn't have all those negative feelings if they just saw other cultures.
It's funny because like I thought Redban's girlfriend was gonna come today, and I told her I was
Janice.
Like, yeah, I was like, when Janice comes, there's probably gonna be tons of Asian jokes just between the two of you being there, and I'm sorry for anything that happens. They're not malicious people, and then I was like, it's all in good fun. And then she didn't come, and I think there's still the same amount.
I think so,
of
too.
Asian jokes.
Now I know why she said that I need to bring my fake boobs last week.
I
She
wanted
said-
her to bring her fake boobs.
Oh,
They're
that's
fun.
on Vietnamese currency.
God, that's
Now it makes sense.
that's Southeast Asia at its best, right there.
Yeah.
People think people just don't know what they're missing. You know, you want to go to Disneyland, spend $90 to park the car, $400 on food, $80 to
Seriously.
get
It
in.
was
You know,
Yeah.
amazing. We did a $40 boat tour, and they took us out for like 4 hours, and they fed us, and then we got snacks, and we had beers, and
if I had kids,
Yeah,
I'd take them
so
here.
cool.
I'd take them to the redwood trees,
yeah.
the wilderness, more than some damn amusement
Yeah.
park
I'll be
in
your
the middle
kid.
Yeah.
of Orange County. Bullshit.
See,
That's where I'm
opening back up.
from. Wow.
What's the
Go to
best? What's
Disneyland.
the best time of year to travel Vietnam?
Okay, so Halong Bay, it depends on if you're north or south. We actually went at a terrible time for Halong Bay. It was very cloudy, but it's still beautiful. So if you're going up north, go in actual summertime. But if you are south,
Our summer?
our summer.
Okay.
All right.
Up north. But if you're south, which we did both, south you need to go in like January, February.
Okay.
Were those
Like-
caves a second ago?
And-
Yeah,
That's
we
so
boated
cool.
through the
What,
caves.
what about just going anytime you want? Why? Is it a rainy season? Is it-
Yes, they only have 2 seasons. It's rainy season or
Right.
dry season.
I know.
How far is that plane ride?
Like 24 hours.
Oh my!
That's the
We-
only thing that deters me is
I
like
know.
those 24
I think we
hour
did-
flights.
We flew out of like Canada or something. So then it was like split. It was like 5 hours and then like 17 hours or something. Like, you know, it's just all like, I don't know.
Yeah.
How cool is that? You went with the boyfriend, huh?
Yeah, he actually came on that trip last minute with me and my best friends. Like there was like another couple and
We
some
weren't
people.
friends yet, or I would have been there. Okay.
I know.
He all looks at me like you weren't invited.
Yeah, he invited himself.
I know.
On the trip, and I was like, cool.
The photos are very beautiful.
I'm watching more YouTube now.
Me too.
I'm not watching any regular commercial,
Yeah.
CBS, NBC, ABC. I'm on YouTube looking at people doing their, from all over the world. It's just,
Yeah.
I don't need, although there are commercials on the YouTube, but you can just skip them right away, or you can pay some extra
Few
money.
seconds.
I pay the extra money. I don't even see commercials on YouTube. It's great.
Such
I
a
know we've
brag.
talked about this before, Redban. What is this 5G? England has decided they don't want to bother with 5G from China. Is it? What's your opinion? Is it
Yeah.
a dangerous thing?
Oh
You're
no
the
no no no!
voice on
You're talking about
G5, 5G,
5G phone from this company called Hawaii or something like that.
Wayo, yeah.
Yeah, that's just because it's made in China and they're supposedly tracking stuff. And,
Do you believe that?
Yeah, it's been proven.
So you think it's safer not to?
No, that's just completely. That UK is just banning a company that makes cell phones,
Right.
not
It's
5G.
not the 5G network.
Yeah, not the 5G.
Oh,
network.
so they'll
I
have their own
have 5G
5G.
on my phone.
Yeah.
I see. So it's very uncomfortable to sort. All right, let's go to this one. This one's more exciting. The hell with Seth Meyers. Let him
Yes.
get used to it
Yeah.
up in his attic. This one is about Wanda Ryder.
Okay.
What's it-
Winona.
Winona.
Oh my god, I don't even know what
Winona Ryder grew up in Hollywood in the
I just
19.
pretend I know what he's saying. half the time.
Winona Ryder grew up in Hollywood in the 1980s and 90s, a time when sexism, bullying, and bigotry were common in the movie business, said so-and-so and so-and-so. When she was 19 and fresh from filming Edward Scissorhands, the actress recalls dozens of photographers tried to grab her attention as she got off a plane by shouting, "Whore."
Oh.
Just, yeah.
What?
Well,
No,
that'll
that
get your attention, right?
sounds-
I guess.
They
No,
gotta make
it's horrible, but that sound, or like, we're not surprised.
No,
but,
I'm not
like, we're not like
surprised,
actually
but I'm just,
surprised
like-
by this.
Wow. But at Winona Ryder,
She was actually bullied in high school because people thought Edward Scissorhands was a weird movie.
I love that movie.
I know, we all like love
We
her,
were
but
also
she was
weird
actually
in high school.
Yeah,
I
we
was
were all
really
weird in high school, yeah.
Yeah. She's so
Everyone's
cool.
weird, yeah.
Attention to get off the plane shouting "whore." It really messed me up, says Ryder, now 48. I was so paranoid. I had to learn a lot of lessons early on. She heard that the insult again 2 years later while shooting Bram Stoker's
yeah.
Dracula. By this time, it was director Francis Ford Coppola who shouted, "You whore, you whore." He likes to get his actors motivated. It's a tool.
Okay.
It's not uncommon for a director to tell a woman to stop it, and then start again, just to throw them off. Maybe they'll get upset.
Jeez.
Anyway, me and Francis are good now, she smiles. Ryder has many other ugly experiences in Hollywood, including an encounter with cigar-smoking Mel Gibson at a party. He said to my friend who's gay, "Oh, wait. Am I going to get AIDS?"
Oh my God.
Ryder, who is Jewish, said Gibson then asked her, You're not an oven dodger, are you?"
Oh my God.
Gibson denies making the comments, but Ryder says such anti-Semitism is common in the industry.
Wow.
There are times when people have said, "Wait, you're Jewish, but you're so pretty."
Oh my gosh.
God, can you believe that, Diane?
No.
Can you wrap your head around that?
I'm not surprised by any of this.
Hey, that's true. I just
Yeah,
It's an
a
item
lot
of
of men
interest,
suck.
From one person,
We get shamed all the time.
No.
Like,
A topless British woman taking a dip at, it's just guys don't know how to approach beautiful women. They just don't know how to.
I think there's a huge
Or-
culture issue.
yeah.
I think there's a huge culture issue with how people are
if they're
raised.
trying to get to know you or like you or have sex with you, they're really going out it the wrong way, huh?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I empathize with both sides. I think men are raised. I remember magazine covers that were like how to get her to say yes, how to convince her. Like I think no, and so in my mind it's like I also see the side of men where they have been raised in this really toxic culture to go at it that way.
Right.
I think that there's just a huge societal issue that So if we have kids, we're gonna
They don't have a lot of
that,
these hang-ups in other countries.
I think women are worse off in other countries. You're right. They have more control over all the females in the other countries.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see what your reaction would be. I knew that.
Oh, okay.
A topless British woman taking a dip at a nudist beach saw two young sisters and their cousin struggling in the waves and swam over and saved them. Jessica Layton, 28, was in the water near Cornwall when she saw the three girls holding hands and struggling to swim near rocks. She grabbed one of their hands and pulled them ashore with a strength she didn't know she had. "Fortunately, I just put my bikini bottoms on," she said. A friend of Layton's commented, "Not all heroes wear capes. Some of them don't even wear bikini tops."
Yes, she is. Unfortunately, not a topless photo.
Look at
She's
that.
very pretty.
She's got a big forehead though. A lot of women have foreheads that just keep going.
Are you single? When's the last time you were? Are you?
I haven't been laid in
Is this how you're
14
getting?
years.
All right, there we
Last
go.
time I was in
Just wanted to-
Vietnam.
Just wanted to connect that to that observation.
The mystery of the orange Cheetos, like dust that blanketed a small town in southwestern Ohio,
What?
has been solved. Residents in Sharonville
Sharonville, I know that.
are now reasonably confident that the bright orange residue covering cars and sidewalks is a product of fungus falling from the town's many Bradford pear trees.
Are you from Ohio?
What?
It just sounded like you related a lot.
It's just so thick, said resident Julie Dyrich, like sidewalk chalk that somebody ground up and just kind of scattered. You can just look down the street and see these little pops of orange.
It's so weird because I feel like I've seen that orange dust before in Ohio.
Interesting.
And it's like a pollen.
Where in Ohio are you from?
Columbus.
Oh, so my nana, my grandpa, he was from, I don't remember the name. It was right outside of Columbus.
Worthington, Bexley,
Powell.
Powell.
He
That's
was
where I'm from.
Powell. Really?
Yeah.
So I grew up going to Powell every summer.
Oh,
It's
shit.
like Powell's like a second home for me, kind of.
Yeah, that's where I lived.
Hey.
30 years.
Wow.
My stepdad went to the college over there in Columbus.
Ohio State.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. The easiest one that I should remember.
If 95% of Americans were to wear masks in public, more than 33,000 lives would be saved by the end of September, according to projections from the University of Washington.
Wait, how many lives?
33,000 from the University of Washington's Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation. Their modeling predicts 179,106 deaths by October 1st, a figure that drops to 146,000 with 90% mask compliance.
I don't get why people can't just put it on.
People's egos, man.
Yeah, there's so much pride. There's a huge pride
Yeah,
issue
it's
in this world.
dumb.
Yeah, especially in America, I feel like so much pride.
And the people with the most.
And you're a
the most
sheep and blah, blah,
fortunate,
blah.
Right.
The most lucky,
Yeah.
the most blessed people in all the world. They're just
Yeah.
a bunch of little kids.
But that's where a lot of it comes
me
from.
do
It's
it.
from, I think, being so lucky. I think that it's part of a privileged, like, mindset. I don't know. If being a sheep is, like, caring if people die, then I'm a fucking sheep. Whatever.
Right.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Very good, Mariah.
Thank you, yeah.
There
It's
was a post today that someone posted, and it was this woman who like did a Facebook post, and she's like, "I'm driving across the state lines to go grocery shopping, so I don't have to wear a mask." Like literally going to a different grocery store, like a state away,
What is
so she
wrong
doesn't
with
have
these
to wear a mask because her state has mandated.
I feel like
that they wear a
masks are kind of
mask.
And no
they're
one-
kind of sexy too in a way. Like I like
Yeah.
it. You do more eye makeup. You put your mask
Yeah.
on. You don't have to wear lipstick anymore.
That's true.
It looks like everyone's a superhero.
Yes.
I love it.
I'm kind of into it. I think men are hotter in masks. Just saying. We both think men are way hotter in masks.
People were wearing masks on the
Yeah.
planes in Asia, and I definitely was like, "Ooh, this person's like super hot." Like you
Yeah.
could see on their mask, but then they took their mask off. I was like, "Okay, they're okay."
So
But
you
I'm
guys
like,
should
keep
all
it
wear
on.
masks
Like,
so we
and like
can-
it
You
was
can
like
really
the
focus in on
stewardess
the
and
eyes.
stewardesses.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me put my mask back.
Yeah, let's see you with a mask on.
This one is for dog lovers. This is keep a close eye on your pooch during the summer heat, especially if it's a bulldog. A new study from the UK has found that some dog breeds are much more susceptible to heat stroke than others. After analyzing the medical records of 900,000 dogs, researchers discovered that bulldogs were 14 times more likely to develop heat stroke than Labradors. Did you know that dogs, I didn't know this till a little while ago, because somebody told me.
Okay.
Dogs don't sweat. They don't have sweat glands.
Oh,
they
they
just,
pant.
yeah.
They pant.
That's how
Yeah,
they
that's
cool
it.
themselves
Yes.
off.
This
with
is
their
what they
tongue.
look like in heat stroke.
Oh, there. That's Redban's.
Is that your dog?
Yeah, somebody made a song for it.
This is great.
I visited a family in near Augustine, Florida, and they had a Shih Tzu, and it's the coolest little dog. They'd put the dog down, and then they'd put the little treat on the dog's nose, and the dog would just wait there until they said okay, and then the dog would eat the treat.
Oh my god.
They're the greatest little
That's
dogs. The dogs of kings. They used in India, and
Yeah.
they would just
So cute.
they would put them in their cuffs. They would put them in their cuffs.
Oh my
Yeah.
Yeah. And they would come out and shoot out and like bite people.
Sweetest dogs.
Yeah, this is when one of my Shih Tzus was sick. He's dying of Cushing's.
You have
sorry,
two?
sorry,
Is it
Red
two
Man.
of them? I always see them on the hammock.
How
with
many?
family.
How old is the dog?
He's like 7, and some days he's out of it and he can't walk, and it's really
Oh, I'm
sad.
sorry. Yeah.
Oh, baby.
Like, right there, he's just out of it.
After analyzing the medical records of 900,000 dogs, researchers discovered that bulldogs were 14 times more likely to develop heat stroke than Labradors. French bulldogs were 6 times more likely, and pugs, 3. Pugs are really a cool breed too.
They're so cute.
They're all, you know what pugs do. You can hear them breathing. French dog was 6 more times likely than pugs, and then these flat-faced or breeds are more vulnerable because their short snouts make breathing hard. Dogs use panting to cool down, which works by passing air over the nasal passages, allowing evaporating heat loss. Lead researcher so-and-so, Adam Eget. Dogs with shorter muzzles have less area to allow heat loss, but some may. So I see what they're saying. They got a flat face, and they're not getting enough evaporation. Golden Retriever and Springs Cocker Spaniel. Cornell University suggests owners who also be careful with dogs that really love to play and will just go and chase the ball. You don't realize they are in trouble till it's too late. Yeah, I get nervous when I see people riding a bicycle with their dog on a leash, and you could tell the dog is like, "Come on, when are we going to stop this bullshit?" You know, you're on a bike, I'm walking,
Yeah.
and you're going really fast, and you know, how long are you going to keep this up?
Yeah. They should all bleed from their buttholes.
We're almost done with the items of interest. Netflix announced that it would pay $100 million or 2% of its $5 billion. I guess this is why, when I read this for the first time, this is why they could give Dave Chappelle like $1 trillion and rights to the Mars. They got so much money. I mean, $5 billion in cash holdings into black-owned community banks, including $25 million for a new black economic development initiative. That's good news. Boeing began test flights of the 737 MAX for the first time since a fatal crash in March 2019, said so-and-so and so-and-so. Flight enthusiasts around the world followed in real time this week as the troubled aircraft attempted certification flight with a pilot from the Federal Aviation Administration. The FAA plans to put the jet through a rigorous examination after changes to faulty flight control systems that are believed to have been responsible for 2 crashes, killing 346 people.
So let's get on that 24-hour flight to Vietnam.
On the 737.
Yeah, that's the. I hope that when they do come back out, I hope they tell you, like, hey, by the way, this is one of those Boeing planes, because I probably will not go on one of those for a
I
few
don't wanna
years,
go on
even if
one.
that gets passed.
I agree. That's like a protest, sending a message, you know, and for the people that lost their lives.
Yeah.
You know, book another flight, and maybe on the computer they'll tell you,
Yeah, hopefully
or maybe they'll find a way to trick us.
they'll change the name of it.
Yeah.
Probably.
Boeing continues to face the fallout. Norwegian Air this week canceled an order for 97 jets worth $10.6 billion.
Jeez.
Airlines have started packing planes again, said so-and-so and so-and-so. American Airlines joined United this week in giving up on their social distance requirements, despite swiftly rising COVID-19 cases. American this week followed suit. The limit on airplane capacity is set in April, announcing that it would again sell any available seats. Delta and Southwest will continue to limit sales and block middle seats until the end of September. Robert Redfield, the director of the CDC, said the agency was substantially disappointed with American Airlines' decision. Okay, moving right along.
I thought that was the last one. Was that not the... Okay.
We're almost there.
Cool.
This
No, I'm
is-
glad there's more.
This is this one is for Redban. This is definitely for Redban. I always like to find one for Redban, and it always has to do with IT stuff and stuff that I know nothing about. The first cross-country electrical vehicle charging route is complete, said so-and-so and so-and-so.
Oh shit.
Electrify America has finished its network of EV charges. Every 70 miles on the 2,700-mile journey from Washington, D.C. to Los Angeles along Interstate 15 and 70, the best part is that the route includes super fast charges at public stations, recharging cars at speeds up to 350 kilowatts. At that rate, it takes roughly 20 minutes for a full recharge. With the average electrical vehicle boasting a range of about 200 miles, Tesla already has a supercharger network connecting most of the country. But Electrify America's initiative is a breakthrough for owners of other EVs. A second route will connect Jacksonville, Florida, and San Diego by December. You know that Ford...
Great.
That Chevrolet Volt really never took off, huh, Redman?
No, but I tell you what it's going to is the new Ford Bronco, which is also like half hybrid, I guess. So it's cool that all these companies are getting into that. Look at the map, though.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And let me ask you this,
Yeah.
Redban, because this came up. I had a friend. When the charging lights on the charging indicator on the Tesla starts flashing, low, you get about what, another 10 miles or so
Well, it tells you exactly how many miles you have left. Like, so when you get
before
in the car,
it's dead.
Yeah, when you get in a car, it says, like, right now I have 80 miles left. Now, if it gets to 0, you probably have an extra 10 to 20. But it's all based on you know, if you're going uphill, downhill,
Right.
if it's flat and stuff. So it's
Just like that thing I used to use at work, the T3. You know, that 2 wheels in the back, and it looks like a chariot.
Yeah.
If you went up hills, it was an electrical vehicle.
yeah.
So what should you do? Should you listen to the dashboard of the Tesla or your phone app? Which is the more accurate?
Well, they're both the same. They're both connected to each other. So
So they're going to show you the same
exact information.
same
I mean,
data.
honestly, you just never let it get that low. I've never had my car less than 40 miles, you know, so.
Right. And
I just got an electric bicycle.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that too. It looks cool.
It's so fun.
There's the route. There's the route. So I guess that's the quickest way to get from East Coast to West Coast. I guess
That's good.
80 is the northernmost straight route.
That's weird to me because
Interstate 80.
I went from Ohio down to like here, and then I took routes. What is it? Route 60?
10 or
Yeah.
70 or 40?
Yeah.
40?
And then I took Route 66 all the way to the left.
Yeah, that's a nice drive. Redban, show us with the arrow where you were exactly from in Ohio. It's a pretty big state.
Right there.
Right in the middle, huh?
It looks so familiar to me in this way.
Oh.
And there's Indiana.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right on the southern tip of Indiana is where I'm from.
And then
This is
Chris is in
fascinating.
Illinois.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Across
Close
the
to-
bridge and you're in Kentucky.
Yeah.
That's right.
So you love LA, huh?
I do. I'm so happy to be
So
here.
does Redban. Yeah, LA's.
Yeah. When
LA.
you're from Ohio and
Great.
Indiana,
I
anything's
know.
better.
That's true.
What do you do when you're from here?
Continue
Move
to
to
love
Texas.
You just move somewhere else.
This is a very popular item of interest. This is the obituary section, and this is a real good one. Charles Webb found breakaway success with his first novel, then spent the rest of his life trying to get away from it. He published in 1963, when Webb was 24, The Graduate. This is the guy who wrote the book The Graduate that made Dustin Hoffman the star that he is today. The Graduate sold modestly until it was made into a movie starring Dustin Hoffman and Anne Bancroft. Anne Bancroft was great. She seduced him. That was a hot scene. You know, just growing up watching that movie as a young guy, that was a hot movie. I mean, that was.
And I
I
have
must
a
have
clear
probably.
visual of what you did while.
That was a
watching.
hot movie for
Oh, yeah.
anybody watching that movie.
Made me like my friend's
Oh,
mom.
look at
Oh,
that.
there it is.
Mrs. Robinson, are you trying to seduce me? Yeah, you idiot. Oh my God, I guess he after that role, he deserves to be a movie star. He nailed it. He played the naive.
Benjamin, are you having an affair with someone?
Yeah, your mother. Your mother's a great piece of ass.
I do think you should know the consequences of what you've done. I do think you should
great.
know that my wife and I are getting a divorce soon.
What happened between Mrs. Robinson and me was nothing. It didn't mean anything.
Well, it was hot. It didn't mean anything, but it felt good. Yeah. Mrs. Robinson, please. Then he runs after the daughter. Oh, what a great movie. Yeah, this scene with Mrs. Robinson seducing him and the one where Clint Eastwood throws the woman in the barn and rapes her.
Are your favorite scenes?
You know, what was the name of that Western when she tried to attack
Those
him?
are. This,
The good, the bad, the ugly, you know. Back in the Western
Oh.
times, it was...
my dad loves westerns.
Yeah.
He would know.
You know. Oh, my God. Imagine that. That's a quagmire, huh? Having sex with the mother and then wanting to marry the daughter? Wow. What a quagmire. That's some counseling, huh? That's going to take some counseling.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get back to this guy. The Graduate sold most of the 1967 hit won rave reviews for its deception of a young man's annihilation for post-war suburban materialism and opened the door for Webb, which he promptly slammed shut. I mean, this guy could have had... He didn't want it. Webb bought a Los Angeles bungalow with the $20,000 he was paid for the movie rights, but gave it away within weeks, saying he found ownership unexplainably oppressive. With his wife, he embarked on a life of nomadic poverty, shedding possessions and working a string of menial jobs, clerking at a Kmart, picking fruit, and cleaning houses, homeschooling their two sons, The couple lived in motels and trailer parks and at a nudist colony they managed. When you run out of money, it's a purifying experience, he said. It focuses the mind like nothing else. Webb grew up in Pasadena, California, the son of a wealthy doctor and a socialite mother. Said the privilege in which he was born, calling his childhood one endless depression. He attended William College in Massachusetts and returned home and wrote the heavily autobiographical Graduate. So it was like he was talking about himself.
Wow.
In part to impress his mother, a heavy reader from whom he was always looking for crumbs of approval. Yeah, there's people just want approval from their parents. It's unbelievable. He soon married his life partner, former Dupate, you know what that is, Dupate?
Yep, yeah.
And Everrude in New York. The pair sold their wedding gifts and gave the money away to charity. Eve Lever adopted a single name, Fred, solidarity with herself. The pair's rootless ended when they moved to England in 1999, said so-and-so, and so-and said, living in a Spartan apartment with a single change of clothes. Throughout it all. There it is. Oh, my God. Mrs. Robinson, are you trying to... Yes, you stupid ass. What do you think I'm doing? My legs are open. What are you, some kind of nut? Can you untie me? What, Benjamin, didn't she ask him to take the bra off?
I've never seen any of this.
Oh, The Graduate?
I have not seen it.
Classic. You'd love
We're
it.
just nodding.
It's a classic movie. You'd love
I
it.
have heard that.
Oh, yeah, no, I've heard that too. We'll watch it today.
I feel like
We'll
Dan
cuddle
likes
and watch
that
it
movie or
tonight.
something.
Yeah.
Webb insisted he wrote the personal reward rather than public acknowledgement, a philosophy he articulated through the prognosis of his 1978 novel, Booze. Okay, that's enough out of that.
You stuck on a word there?
Yeah, a couple of words. Yeah. Best just to move on. I think I kind of hit it pretty good.
Yeah.
He's a guy who just didn't want anything. I guess growing up with his wealthy parents, he had it and he wanted something else. Mm-hmm. And that's what he did. And he had a woman that believed in him and helped him accomplish what he wanted. Okay, this is it. Wit and wisdom. Wisdom and wit. This is the last one of the items of interest. And then we're going to talk about you two guys' relationship, or what could be a relationship if
I would love that.
if your men dropped out, perhaps,
Yeah.
or if you wanted that to happen.
Lesbian lovers.
Right.
Yes.
Because people like lesbians that are beautiful. As opposed to
they
those,
hate all
I
other...
hate ugly lesbians.
those.
That's really sad.
I got punched in the face by a lesbian. They don't like men, and they're angry, and they got big boots. They never wear a dress, and they're always cutting their
This is
hair.
going
a
really well.
stereotype.
This is good.
It's
These are all good things being said.
A butch lesbian will kick your ass.
It's true.
So anyway, let me just finish this with him.
I love all lesbians. Making that clear.
They have
Love them all.
guys love lesbians.
Yes, all men.
We just
I'm going to speak on behalf of...
a point of view can be a dangerous luxury when substituted for insight and understanding. A point of view can be a dangerous luxury when substituted for insight and understanding. I get that. 2/3 of my energies go into trying to save 1/3 for work. I get that. The deed is everything, the glory is not. The deed is everything, the glory is not. I think I get that one. Mm-hmm. Attention is the rarest and purest form of generosity. Oh, that's a good one.
I like that.
You know, sometimes I have a lot of senior citizen friends in the trailer park, and you got to just talk to them. You have to just make a conscious effort to say, I'm going to relax, I'm just going to listen, and I'm going to shut everything out of my mind and let them talk.
Yeah.
And let them talk till they're done.
That was like essentially my job as a phone sex operator. It was really just giving, like, a lot of the callers on that are people that just don't have anyone in their lives and they're lonely and they just want to call and connect and talk. So like a lot of that job, like, people don't realize is just sitting there and listening to people just talk about their day and their
Be
life.
a good listener. Mm-hmm. Very interesting. You have to go the way your blood beats. If you don't live the only life you have, you won't live some other life. You won't live any life at all. James Baldwin, quoted in Woman's Day. Why would they put it in Woman's Day? Nobody reads Woman's Day. Stupid magazine. Not Women's, but Woman's Day.
I didn't even know what it was, so you're fine.
Woman's Day.
But I don't read magazines, really.
What would be in a magazine called Woman's Day?
Well, I don't know, like stuff.
It's like recipes and
cookbooks and
stuff like that.
This is kind of a sad. This should. I don't know if this should be it. This is. I don't like this.
This looks boring.
I don't think it. Oh yeah, I guess it is still in
physical
publication.
attractiveness and fashion. Okay.
I'm sure it's a wonderful publication. The distrust of wit is the beginning of tyranny. Oh man, we're understanding all these today, huh, Redban?
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't understand what they're talking about. The distrust of wit is the beginning of tyranny, and that's what's happening in comedy. Nobody wants you to say anything that they might not agree with or understand.
Yeah.
Or take serious.
It's weird times.
It really is. And the last one. No animal should ever jump up on the dining room furniture unless absolutely certain that he can hold his own in the conversation. I like that one.
I like that.
And that's the items of interest. We got through it.
Yay.
Now, and this is another thing that I wrote down that is really good.
All right, we'll share my Instagram later.
With firm likes and dislikes, you shut your door to the many possibilities of life.
Wait, I missed the beginning.
With the likes and dislikes, you shut your doors to the many possibilities of life.
These are great.
All right, we got 10 questions later. Let's go. So tell us.
Well, we want to.
Oh, you want to do Women's Day?
Well, no, I just want to show you.
She has this new Instagram page. It's awesome.
Yeah. I think everyone, if you like steak and tits, like this is a great place for you.
Oh, I like both those things.
It's called Boobs and Beef. I started it yesterday. This is what I've been working on during COVID. This is my comedy. Tons of stuff like that. Top notch. Beef hot dogs. Just sizzling, you know.
It's such a great idea.
Thank you.
It really is a great idea.
It's just back-to-back photos of meat and my boobs. And
what's this? Where'd you get all that beef?
I use ButcherBox. I'm not paid for this shout-out right now.
Do you recommend ButcherBox? I've often thought about it.
I love them, especially for the pandemic, because it's so much easier than a store, and I get a giant box of meat. But I will say, see the ribeyes in that photo over there? They're not like that. They're
Right,
not
that's what I
a
was thinking.
huge, thick, beautiful chunk of meat. They're very thin. They're not as good, but I think it's great if you don't want to shop all the time and you eat a lot of meat like I do. I also have a 6'6" man in my home, and sometimes I just shovel a lot of it into his mouth.
Right.
That's some dry-aged goodness.
Wow.
You know, what's the stuff called that? It's really popular and expensive right now. Is it Wagyu or
Love Wagyu.
Yeah, but I saw this whole thing about how it's all like fake.
Yeah, supposedly it's not even.
What are you talking
but
about?
it's beautiful when you see it. It's all fat marbled, and I don't know. Wagyu beef.
Yeah, I guess it's from Japan, and only a small amount of Wagyu actually comes to the United States, and people are just calling steak Wagyu when it's not.
Yeah, a lot of steak isn't Wagyu.
So where can it? Tell us where we can find this.
So it's on Instagram. It's just called Boobs and Beef.
So it's separate from your...
it's a new profile. See, it's followed by me. You can see at the bottom. You might want to follow this later if you want to see all of the steaks and boobs.
Then
you guys can also follow my other Instagram.
Write your name there so that Dan can put you in the...
But there's not as much steaks on this one.
So he knows who's on the show, you know.
Okay.
And put Mariah.
Yeah. Shout out your Instagram.
Oh.
Yeah, and she's friends with me, so you can also find her through me. Maybe you can go through my followers.
So
That might be easier.
say it again. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure because this is pretty good.
Boobs and beef.
Well, my regular
Boobs and-
Instagram is Mariah Drew Carey, which is my name. My parents are weird. And then my second Instagram is Boobs and Beef.
Nice.
Boobs and beef.
Boobs and beef. He like looked at my boobs as he said the word boobs.
Wow, this is
Really
great.
So good.
And what is your Instagram?
Okay, so I have one that's the end of the world, which is my new art ho Instagram. So it's like I'm a painter and art like illustrator, I guess.
You got both your ears. Let me see.
So-
Let me see
I
the-
do have both of my ears.
T-I-E.
Oh, look at my
Beautiful.
ears. I hate my
T-I-E.
Let me
ears.
see. Let me see your ears. I love ears. Let me see.
I hate my ears.
Oh, they're very
What?
tiny and sexy. What do you mean?
My ears. Wait,
And they're even.
I have elf ears.
Ears are cute. I have,
Oh, you
I
have
love
nice
your
ears too.
Thank
Show
you.
your ears. I think
Anyway,
ears are the sexiest thing.
He loves our ears now.
Look how tiny your ears are, honey.
I know,
You got
hers are
great
so
ears.
You
cute.
also have tiny ears.
Redban, look how
know.
tiny her ears are.
Have you seen how tiny my ears are? Well, let's see your
okay,
ears. What's
yeah,
happening? Is that why you wear? That's why he wears them.
Oh!
Oh. No, they're fine.
No, you've got your
Okay.
ear. They match your head.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So that's my art Instagram, and then I just have my regular like ho Instagram,
So
but it has like a long
Tien of the
name.
world.
You can find
The
your
End of the
other
World.
Instagram.
It's
off
like I
of-
wrote it down. It's effortless, softer self, but there's so many S's in it, but it's just the way it sounds. So yeah, these are my paintings, and so like I'll like pose with my paintings for like art ho selfies, and then I have like
Oh, the pen.
Yeah, there you go. So it's kind of like I'm like I make art, I am art, like try to
Yeah.
you know something like that. I don't know.
You are art.
I think
That's why we're gonna be together.
What medium is that? Mostly is that pen?
It is
ink,
just
right?
pens. So I like those like ink pilot pens. Those are my favorite. I started off
yeah.
with Sharpies, but they're a little bit too thick. And
Right.
then I do acrylic painting. I started off as an oil painter, but I
like
don't
how
have any
sh-
like ventilation.
She's like an artist for all these paintings, and I've just got like steaks and boobs on my other Instagram.
So,
It's okay.
so that's good information. You should. I think that's great that you know, doing this stuff. It's so. It's the wave of the future. This social media.
Yeah.
It really
that
is,
sounds funny.
and it's
I don't
people
want to be your
always want
girlfriend.
new content.
It started off as a portrait of my ex, and then I got really angry, so that's what I titled it. I don't want to be your girlfriend.
That's hilarious.
And then posted all these cute selfies with it.
So how long are you still involved with the phone?
So I did phone sex for a couple years, and then I actually got into camming, and I was a cam girl for a short while.
What is that, cam girl? What is that?
So I like on cam girl sites where you like hang out and talk and do whatever you want. Really, I had certain things I did, certain things I didn't do. I hung out topless most of the time, and I made great money. And then I got harassed and stalked, and then I quit and
shit.
dropped off the face of the planet. Changed my Instagram name to some bullshit and
Yeah.
laid low. And now I'm on unemployment right now, and I'll figure it out. I might go back to it after.
Were you on like My Free Cams? Or?
Yeah, so I was on MFC, and then it was such a weird fluke. I blew up so fast. I was making $500 to $2,000 a day.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
like I was on the way to making like $200,000 a year. Like it was insane. And there's a lot of guys out there who hate that and hate when you're making money off your body. And
Why is that, Redban? Why are people worrying about other people?
I think that
You want to work at Kmart and bag groceries and make minimum wage and have no money to save and no money
Right.
to do anything? Or you're going to do you're just helping yourself. You're trying to make a living.
Right.
It's an expensive country. It's the most expensive country in the world to live.
Yeah. I also had a lot of fun. I'd have like 300 people in my room. We'd laugh all day. We'd talk about topics like you do. It was-
Topless? You were topless most
Sometimes I started like with clothes. I was topless most of the time. I didn't like do insertion or anything. It was
Right.
but I did like dance.
Tasteful.
Well, whatever. I mean, I still find the other shit tasteful, but like
Yeah,
I just didn't
that's
do
all
that.
fine.
I wasn't ready for. We live in like a very shameful society, and I knew I couldn't mentally handle the shame culture if I did more personally. I stripped all the time. I like flashed everything. I did whatever, but like I had a lot of fun. And then like groups of guys started posting me all over the internet. They doxed me all the time online. They gave all my information. They started calling Chris, who you met last time, my
So
dude.
there's more than one bad guy.
There's a
who-
lot.
There's a lot.
They started calling my phone and harassing me. They found my phone number online.
I bet they're the religious right or some.
It's
know,
like I would talk about it. It's weird. I get like anxiety talking about it, but it's there's just like an incel community community, and like you're not, even if you talk about it, you're kind of like putting yourself in danger, because like there's not like, not all incels are bad. Like
people
it's
just don't want to mind their own business. If you don't like something, you don't have to be exposed to it.
A lot of men are angry they're not having sex, so they take it out on other women. Kind of, it's more like there's like a lot of guys that think all women should die. Like there's like there's like a whole society of men that want to destroy us and want us to live in fear.
And do you believe that comes a large part from bad parenting? What
It
makes
could
them
come
such
from a million
idiots?
things. Maybe they had their heart broken. I don't know. I feel bad for them too. I don't think they're happy people. I empathize with every situation in this. I don't think it's fun to be someone that's trolling women either.
You're
It's
really
just
taking the high
weird-
ground. You got a great attitude.
Thank you. It was just like, no, it got really scary. Actually, I was on my way to a Kill Tony thing in person before COVID, and like one of them was calling me through Skype in the car and like trying to manipulate me, and I just had to leave that whole world. Death threats. I started researching what happens if I get acid faced. Like I was like, what do I do? And and I found out that you take a bottle of water and you pour it on your face if the acid hits your face, and it'll save part of your face.
Jesus.
But I was just like, but even though I was making so much money, it was like I would pay to not care about any of this. I would pay to not research this. I would pay to not worry about my life. And so I took a big break, but people are mad I took a break. It never ends. Like I have people
Do you
messaging
think
me all
that
the time.
these bad apples, these bad actors, to say the least, or from this country or all over the world?
Most are from here,
Yeah.
from my experience.
The only people I could think would be guilty of something like that are, really sick fucks, and people that are religious and think that what you're doing somehow is bad, and I have to stop this. I have to go on a crusade.
Well, that's part of it, is that I'm in
You
a
know?
relationship. So the fact that makes me even like, there's like levels of how much of a whore you are,
Right.
and I'm like really up there in whore world to them. So yeah.
So you're probably the biggest whore that's been on Dead Air.
I'm the biggest whore that's been on your show. Yeah, but she just got into camming, and I actually helped her out the other day. I hadn't cammed in forever, and I went on with her. I gave all my followers to her.
I know.
I was like,
So
you guys
sweet.
take her.
How many followers did you have when you were in the apex of your career? on
I'd
that?
get 300 to 500 people in my room. I was the top, I think, 13th profile on the whole site.
So crazy.
But it was so much at once that it also brought in so much back.
And I'm sorry, when you said you had 300 or 400 people in your room, I figured you had people over your house.
No.
That's
like a
social
chat
media
room.
watching.
No,
Yeah, it's a chat
I do want to, in case any of them ever see this, I do want to say that a lot of them were also really nice and really
There were some
sweet.
really sweet
There's
ones.
I made such
Like-
good friends on there too.
Yeah.
But the
Women's bodies are beautiful. I mean,
Thank
it's
you,
as simple
yeah.
as that. I mean, what the hell?
well, when I was doing phone sex, it kind of got weird because I was like, I'm sitting here with like natural giant boobs. I should just turn on the It's like, what am I
Yeah.
doing behind the phone?
Right.
I think
Like,
maybe that's why you were, one of your assets was that they are natural.
that was an
You
asset.
think that's
yeah.
right? The end.
Yes.
No, that was an asset. Yeah.
Absolutely.
These some of the fake ones, they look look fake.
Yep.
Yeah, but people have illegally uploaded my videos everywhere. I still can't get them down. It's been I spent yesterday writing DMCAs all day. Like, it's just been,
My friend Scott says
Camming's
he
hard.
likes real breasts. He likes them when they sag a little.
mine's sag a little, yeah.
Yeah.
I used to be self-conscious of that, and then, I don't know, I like both looks. I think it's all great. They're boobs. His eyes are-
Fascinating. Thanks for just coming on the. I forgot to mention Bad Ashley, and you're an artist. You're painting, and
Yes.
So if you guys didn't have a husband or a boyfriend, you would be lovers.
We're secretly lovers behind their back.
So what would we Redban and I would call you guys bi? Is that fair to say?
Guess.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Is that a
sure.
good label? I don't know.
Honestly, I don't
Fine,
even
like
care what you call
pansexual,
me.
I guess.
Well, no, I'm asking you.
Sure.
Bisexual
I don't
are
know.
fine. Pansexuals is kind of like you
Oh,
don't
pansexual.
Pansexual, you're just like, you don't really. That's not like a part of it, right? Like, you don't need like a label, or you're not attracted to just like one type or two types. It could be like many types. Like, I don't know. It doesn't have to
I
just be,
really
like,
am attracted to
one.
personalities.
Yeah.
So is Mick Jagger. No, really. Didn't they say Mick Jagger slept with
Yeah.
Personalities?
Tony Curtis or something?
Oh.
I like Mick Jagger.
We're going to have a guy that used to be a guy that's now a woman on the show.
Oh, nice.
Progressive.
Trans woman.
So
Cool.
maybe it might be a good we'll talk to the producers and the directors and Redban and I, and maybe we'll book that show because I want to hear his story, her story. It's a comic, and I got to give the guy a lot of credit. I mean, he's a guy. Before he was a girl, he was a guy, and he'd go up on stage dressed like a girl. At the Comedy Store. Now, does that take some fucking balls?
Isn't it crazy that takes balls, though? Like, isn't it crazy that, like, society is so judgmental on everything?
This country's so wrapped so tight.
Can't everyone just be happy and do what makes them happy? Right. I don't get it. I never get it. It blows my mind every day.
Well, they don't want to mind their own business. They're worrying about what other people do.
It's so weird. I don't care what anyone else does if they're not hurting other people.
Right.
Check out my friend Cassandra. She's one of the most... Look at that. She's insane.
What's her story?
She's transgender, of course. But
now, what does that actually mean? Now, is that a woman with breasts and a penis?
No, she has no penis. She's
no penis. Okay.
Full on woman now, and
she used to be a guy.
She used to be a guy. Look at this body. Wow. She dressed up as Wendy. I like Wendy's avatar. And she dressed up as like Roger Rabbit or Jessica Rabbit.
So she had her penis removed.
Yep, she's got a lot of work done, but she's just so insane. Here's her at Kill Tony dressed up as a vagina.
Wow, that's an episode I'm gonna have to look into and see and bring that back up.
Gorgeous body.
So she's probably got to change her driver's license and all her paperwork. Right. She's not. She's a different sex now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fascinating.
Here's her as Jessica Rabbit.
Oh my God, amazing, so Jessica cute. Rabbit.
And, I love Jessica.
That's I used to want to be Jessica Rabbit for Halloween, and I'm like, they did it better. So I'm done.
You gotta get all new clothes because you can't use your old clothes. There's no sense of going through those procedures and wearing the same clothes.
That might be fun though, to all of a sudden get a shop for the body you've wanted.
Yep.
Wow.
Great bod.
Yeah, amazing body.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So, wow, what an interesting. How are we doing on time, Redban?
We're up there.
About 2 hours, is it?
2 hours, yeah.
Jeez, I want to thank you both for, and before we close, I want you to go through your where people can find you on the social media again and say it slow. No, I want to make sure because I think that's one of the most important things. Is how do people
boobs and beef.
Yours is good. Yours are easy. Yeah. Mine are kind of weird.
Mariah Carey with a Drew in the middle, like Drew Carey and Mariah Carey.
Wow.
Mine are pretty easy. I feel like
mine's the end of the world, and then effortless, softer self. The way it sounds.
And then if you can't find it, you can definitely find her on mine.
Yeah.
Like if you want to go through a portal, I follow all her accounts.
Yeah, we have multiple.
Or vice
accounts.
versa. Whatever.
Do you
I
imagine you'll get back into the thing you used to do that
I want
caused
to.
a lot of heartache for you?
I have other issues too where I hate leading people on and I hate hurting people. Yeah. And I think that there's so many really sensitive guys on campsites and phone sex, and I think they read into things, and I think when you're really personable, sometimes it comes off too real, and then you have to hurt them after, and it sucks.
Oh, so they get attached to you. Oh, see that?
I feel a lot of pressure. I hate hurting people. I hate it.
Oh, I don't have that problem.
She's like fine hurting people. It like kills me.
You seem like a very nice Asian.
I know, this is a...
You haven't been angry or upset since you've been here, but she have another side I haven't seen.
I have a really cold heart.
We're both like cold in different ways.
In different ways,
yeah. We're both really cold, yeah.
Fire and ice.
Well, I can get into a breakup and I can move on like real quick, and like she can just like hurt people. Like,
no,
just like different types of cold, you know?
Oh, I forgot to give you. I brought some things for you.
Oh.
I didn't bring any food, but I did... I didn't bring any food, but I did bring I'll bring
For me? For us? What are these?
Just for you.
Oh, thanks. Oh my God.
Hey, wait, I love sleeping in t-shirts.
I brought one for Redban.
This is great.
No, I live in giant t-shirts at home.
I've been wanting one because I don't have one.
Yeah, this is great. You needed one. Yeah.
And it's black too. This is great.
No, I love this. This is
only
great.
Wear black usually.
I love this shirt.
I failed to mention the music is from Bad Ashley. They've got a new hit.
I liked it.
Let Hit It. It's like a fusion. I like it. It's I like it. And they're out of Queens in New York, and they're called Bad Ashley. Here's a button. Thanks to you two for coming on. I really appreciate this pandemic atmosphere. Thank you, Redban, for another great show. And you guys were great. Thank you. Bad Ashley, hit it.